name's Emily. I'm an intern at Project C.U.R.E. Today I'm going to be showing you how to clean off these medical devices to get them ready to be sent out. Most of the supplies you're going to need to clean the devices can be found right here in the cleaning area. This includes wipes like this, or gauze, magic erasers and Q-tips, Goo Gone, and some other soaps and disinfectants. What you're going to need though is to take one of these bins right here and take it over here to get some water. So the sink is in the far back corner of the warehouse, somewhat close to where you came in the sorting supplies. If you ever can't find the sink or need help, you can always ask. We're going to come over here and fill this tray about halfway full of water. Then we're going to take it back to the cleaning area to put some disinfectant in it. Once you have your tub of water, you're going to take disinfectant from the shelf down here and pour about 2 tablespoons into your bucket. You can find other supplies you might need in these drawers right here. For instance, rubber gloves. You don't always need gloves, but I like to wear them when I'm cleaning the machines. Then you just need to pick a machine from this area that you're going to help clean off, like this one. You can see all the labels and places where stickers used to be on the front of the machine. We're going to need to remove all of these before we can send it off to be used in a different place. There's not really any particular methodology for how to clean the machines, but you want to make sure that you get all of the sticky stuff and the stickers and any personal information about the hospital that the device came from off of the machine. I like to use Goo Gone on a rag like this to get some of the sticky stuff off, like that. And sometimes I use a scraper like this to get a tricky label or sticker off of the device. The only kind of labels you're going to want to leave on are anything operating instructions or any safety information that might be on a label. But stickers like this or this, you should take off. Sometimes you might need supplies like this toothbrush to clean out the places that are a little bit harder to reach. Once you've removed all of the stickers and all of the gooey stuff, and you've gotten kind of all the dust and dirt and grime out of the corners, get a rag and wet it with your disinfectant and wipe down your machine. You're going to want to unplug the power cord and any other cords attached to the machine and wipe them down as well. If you see any marker or pen or dark smudges on the machine, oftentimes the magic eraser works pretty well to remove all the marks. And sometimes you can use disinfectant too to help you out. If the device that you're cleaning has a stand and it's pretty nasty too, you're probably going to want to at least wipe that down as well and get some of the gunk off. Once you've disinfected the machine and the cord, you're going to want to wrap the cord up in a rubber band like this. Rubber bands can be found in here. If they're too inflexible and stiff or too big for that, we also have some pieces of string somewhere on this little cart that you can use to tie up the cords too. For the power cords, you want to take the part that plugs into the wall, like this, and put it in one of these red bags. This is to alert the people who receive the device as to what kind of power supply this device needs, so that they don't hook it up to the wrong thing and blow up the machine or something. Put the outlet or the plug into the plastic bag, wrap the bag up, and then tie it off with a twist tie like this to make sure it stays on. Then you want to wrap up the power cord just like you did the other ones and put a rubber band around it. Some of the things you might be cleaning, like any blood pressure machine, require certain disposables. For all the blood pressure machines, they require cuffs like this. And for this one in particular, it'll require paper for the printer in here. You can always ask for help if you need help finding these supplies. The blood pressure cuffs are actually right over here. And you're going to want to double check that the cuff that you use connects to the cord that you have with the machine. Printing paper can be over here. You're going to want to make sure that you get the exact same kind of paper that you find in the machine when you're cleaning it up. There are a lot of other machines with other disposables, so if you're unsure, always ask for help. Once your device is all clean, you're going to need to make a label using this directory, which can be found right here at the desk that says Barb Youngberg. Now, sometimes you're going to need a little bit of background knowledge to figure out what kind of device you're working with. So you can always ask for help. In this case, the device that I've been working with is a blood pressure machine. So I'll look in here for where it says monitor NIBP, which means non-invasive blood pressure. And it looks like that number is 3106. So then, with that number, I'm going to go over to the label maker and print out a label with this information and a couple of other pieces of information that I'll find on the device. Ideally, you should be able to put the model number and serial number of each device into the label when you print it out. Not all of the devices that you'll clean off will have this information. For this one, we can find both numbers right here. So I'm going to write these numbers down and take this note over to the label maker by the sorting area to make a label. Now, if your machine doesn't have this information, try and write down the manufacturer name. So in this case, it would be Colin. You can also write the name, the pressmate, onto the label that you're making. Now, with the 3 numbers that I got from the machine in the directory, I'm going to come over to the sorting area, over here, back by the entrance to the warehouse. And I'm going to make a label for the device that I just found. You'll see on here that the label will ask for project code. The code I'm going to put in is the one I found in the directory, 3106. Then when you click to the next box, it should come up with the information about your device. If this is not what you're looking for or not what your device was, then you might want to look back in a directory to double check that you have the number right. You want to make sure you definitely have the right product code before you make a label. If you don't know the code or you're not completely sure, you need to ask for help. Then I'm going to put the information, such as the model number and the serial number, into the label maker. And then when I'm ready, I'll press print. And it should come out of this machine here. There we go. Don't pull the label off of this yet. We might be putting it on a box, but sometimes we'll also just be taping it on if we need the packaging to be different, and I'll show you how. On the printed label, you'll be able to see the product code from the Biomedical notebook that we have at the desk. You'll see the model number from the machine, if it was on there, but you'll have to write the serial number on the bottom of the label, even though you already put it into the machine. Once the machine is ready to go, I'll take a Project C.U.R.E sticker like this and put it on a clean side of the machine with no other labels on it, like that. Then I'll look over here with all these boxes and try and find a box that will fit appropriately over the front of the machine. Sometimes you'll be cleaning a machine that already came in a box over here. You can keep using this box as long as the machine fits completely into the box. If it doesn't, and you couldn't completely close the box, then you might need to find a larger box. Then I'll take this label and place it somewhere on this box. Now, because this is a slightly larger machine and it comes with this whole thing, the machine will later be saran wrapped and packaged up before being sent out. So I'm only going to use a piece of tape to place the label on the box. I'm not going to pull it off of the back and put the label on the box itself. In the smaller boxes, like these over here, when you're continuing to use the box and the machine fits, you can place the label directly on the side of the box. It's best if you use a side of the box that doesn't already have a bunch of labels or writing on it. But if you can't find one, that's okay. Now that my device is cleaned up, all of the cords are there, and I've printed out the label and put a box over the front of the machine, I'll take it over here to this back wall, be inspected, wrapped, and sent off. If you take a device over here that has particular information, like no temp probe or printer doesn't work, you're going to want to leave it a sticky note that has that kind of information on the box that you leave. Also, if there's disposables that are necessary for the machine that you couldn't find, you're going to want to leave that on a sticky note. After that, all that's left to do is to clean up your supplies, and then you're finished. Now you know how to clean a biomedical device. High five!